It's been 3 months that I've been loving my device and I have no reasons not to love it. But at the very beginning, when I bought my device or when I was to buy my device, I was quite skeptical that will my device be future proof. Taking a look at specs alone, I was quite sure that it was. But taking a look at the other side of the spectrum, specs aren't everything. Software plays a major role as well. So I was quite skeptical that will my device receive software updates. Cause it happens with every Chinese smartphone manufacturer. They just release a smartphone and forget about it. But Lenovo is not among them. Lenovo was quite keen to surpass my expectations. So today, we're going to take a look at Android 6.0 Marshmallow on my Lenovo k3note. But before we do, what's in a name but still, this is Janta from TechTeachers. Let's get started. I'm not going to be talking about any hardware feature or built-in design, cause built-in design and hardware more or less remains the same. Obviously, it's something that software has seen a little bump. It's not that hardware. And this is Android Marshmallow running on my Lenovo k3note. So, starting from the lock screen itself, there hasn't been any significant changes, but due to the sweetness of Marshmallow, now you can read the entire notification from the very lock screen or reply it. And if you are one among them who don't want to read that notification, then you can directly swipe it from the very lock screen. Now jumping onto the home screen itself, due to the goodness of Marshmallow and Vibe UI based on it, users now can either opt for the app drawer or you can just let all the apps sit on your home screen. That's a quite nifty feature, and despite the fact that I like all the apps sitting on my home screen, there might be some people who switch it from Vibe UI to Google Now Launcher in terms of keeping all the apps in the app drawer. Now, talking about the notification center and quick toggles, there has been some subtle changes made. The next change was something that I was missing quite a lot when being in a crowd, as there has been some changes in the notification center, as you can now just edit the quick toggles from the notification center by just tapping onto the 4-dotted square on top below the settings menu, as you can just add or remove some of the notifications quick toggles if you don't want to. And there has been some subtle changes like the slider. The brightness slider has even seen some changes, like a smartphone with Nexus or like stock Android, and you can now even tinker the brightness as of it in a auto brightness mode. And for those users who opt for not keeping the app drawer, they will even have a great time for searching the apps, as users now can just swipe directly from the home screen to the upwards and find an app. This is very nifty feature, but there hasn't been sacrifices made to make this feature available, as we now cannot access the notification center directly from the home screen, which was very lovely feature for me. Me personally do not like removal of app notifications or quick toggles for accessing from directly from the home screen, but switching for search app options for the notification toggle shortcut, this is quite worth it. Speaking about quick toggles, let's now jump directly into the settings by tapping on the settings option of the notification center. And this time the notification center looks cool and well organized, as we now even have the option to search the settings. Just kidding, we had it earlier as well. So speaking about settings, going into the features menu of settings option, the much awaited and major selling feature of k3note. Yes, the anti-fear functionality is now built right into the firmware, with which you can add or view anything into a VR and have an immersive experience. But I was not able to use that feature, as I shut that feature before using it for the first time. That made it shut entirely, and every time I try to shut on that feature, it says this. So to find out whether it's true or not, and to find a solve for that, I went to the Lenovo's official forum and found that there were many people facing the same issue. So if you are one among them, then don't feel alone, guys. But this is not a deal breaker, as this is a bug and Lenovo can fix it via software updates, but odds of Lenovo doing it are pretty slim at the moment. But still, we hope good and fingers crossed. And not to mention the subtle changes like the shape of the icons of the home screen and the folders. The animation of the folders design make the user interface a lot polished. And speaking about the animations of the folders, we now have a vertically scrolling folder selection in the folders rather than having the older horizontally scrolling one found on the Lollipop based Vibe UI, and it looks quite similar to a Fruity Tech Giant as well. And not to mention, the ultimate power saving mode has also seen quite a bit of upgrade, as earlier I just used to access 3 apps at a time while being in a power saving mode, but this time I now can add an additional 3 apps such as calendar, alarms, etc. if being in a power saving mode. That helps me a lot. Before I forget to mention, we can even tweak the system UI tuner due to the goodness of Marshmallow, of course. Vibe UI isn't perfect and it's nowhere near perfect, but all the users, Lenovo users or older Vibe UI users, will feel right at the home and will be pretty happy with what Lenovo has bring to the table. And speaking about changes, there has been some changes made onto the Vibe UI based on Android 6.0 Marshmallow, as I was not able to find the Google Now on Tap feature, the much loved feature of Android 6.0. I love that feature on Nexus smartphones, and I wish that my Lenovo k3note even has that feature. But I don't understand why there isn't any Now on Tap feature. And I was not even able to find the dose battery saver option on my Marshmallow device. But I'm not missing that feature, as I have many other battery optimization options on my Vibe UI. And there has been a quite of nifty feature added to the Android 6.0 Marshmallow. Me personally like that feature a lot, and it would be very helpful for those who are nighttime readers, as we now have a nighttime mode also available on the, of course, Marshmallow based k3note, as it shrinks up the brightness quite a lot by I think 200%. By that you will have a great sleep. And due to the Android Marshmallow update, I feel that my Lenovo k3note has become quite a fast in opening and closing the apps, and as well as the battery life has seen quite a bit of bump when compared to older Vibe UI based on Lollipop, and the charging time has even reduced by a margin. So overall, I can say a job. By providing the Lollipop to Marshmallow update on mid-range devices by Lenovo, I would say a job well done by Lenovo, and it has set a bar in terms of mid-range segment devices. With this, we have come to the end of this video. That pretty much winds up the video. Hopefully you enjoyed the content. If you did and feel like the ones holding the camera behind Jason Phil, make sure to crack that like button. And if you thought this video sucked, don't forget to give me a thumbs down and letting me know what you didn't like, so that I can keep up and come with a good one for the next time. And if you thought this video was good and you really appreciate it, go ahead and get subscribed. Until then, this has been Jantan from TechTeachers, reminding you that mid-range segment is going to change the world. Thanks for watching.
On the level, keep it on the level. I'm climbing up the, keep it on the level.